Obviously, we have a bunch of boxes here that we need to open, but before we do that, I did just build this. This is the Ikea bladin. Apparently, it's supposed to be the successor to the now discontinued Ikea Detolf, which I am a big fan of. A couple of people have been asking me, what are my thoughts on this thing? Well, let's get into it. So the bladin, is it worth it? I would say no. At least if you're Canadian. I'll get into the pricing later, but first is size. As you could probably tell, this is significantly smaller than a regular Detolf. Not only in height, but also width. And this is pretty bad because you went from good shelving units that could potentially hold 5 figures or just one really big tall figure to shelving units that you probably can't fit any of your like bigger 1/7 scales in or 3 smaller figures if you're lucky. Like Ningguang, she perfectly fits in a Detolf and you even still had a little bit more space in there. But with the bladin, she almost doesn't fit, especially with Ganyu. As you can see, when I was trying to put her in, you kind of had to finagle it in there a little bit. 2 is a little bit more of a nitpick. It's like a first world problem, but the assembly is more of a pain in the ass. It's way less convenient. You know, you have way more screws. Like the bladin doesn't have the plastic rods that are used for shelving, so you have to actually screw in each corner for each of the shelving because there's already predetermined slots that you have to screw in. And it kind of blows because each shelving has 4 corners, so you're gonna have to do it a total of 12 times, and it's a big pain in the ass, especially since I haven't checked if this is a widespread issue or not, but according to a couple of the people I've talked to and some videos I've seen, a lot of them have mentioned that a lot of the pre-drilled holes are actually too small for the screws that they actually provide you. So I actually spent a good amount of time unscrewing some of the shelving corners, only to realize that it wasn't actually being screwed in properly because the screw was too big for the hole. So unless you know that beforehand and actually try to screw in the hole to make sure it actually fits first, and if it doesn't, you're gonna have to force that thing in there, you're gonna have a bad time. Third is the frames. These things are really ugly. The great thing about the Detolfs were that they were all glass. Now, of course, this doesn't make them the most sturdy things in the world, and you would think that since this has frames, it makes it a little bit more well-built and sturdy, but I would argue it still feels just as flimsy as a regular Detolf, especially when I was moving this. Honestly, I feel like they made the frames just to hide the fact that the glass is super thin now. Yeah, the frames are just super ugly. They kind of block your view if you're trying to look at it from an angle. The best thing about a Detolf was that you could look at it from any angle. You would have nothing obstructing your view. With this, obviously, you do. And the fourth thing is the price. Over here in Canada, these things are $120, which is like a $50 increase from pre-COVID Detolfs over here, and only a $20 reduction in post-COVID Detolfs. Over in the US, Detolfs only costed $60, and then after the pandemic, they costed $120, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. But the bladin in the US is only $80, so you would think this thing would only cost $90 Canadian, but it's $120, which makes this thing even more not worth it, because like, who's gonna pay that much for a downgraded Detolf? Not me. So I don't think this thing is worth it. If you're a new figure collector and you live in America, for $80, this isn't too bad, but it's hard to spend $80 on this when you could have spent 60 bucks on a Detolf. Oh my goodness. So, as you can probably tell, I'm on the floor. I don't actually have my table set up at the moment because I disassembled it for the room tour. So I'm going to open up all the shipping boxes first, and then I'll probably record the second half of this video another day because it's like 4 a.m. Okay, so first, we'll start off with the small one here. In other news, a few days ago, I got the chance to go watch Gundam Seed Freedom in theaters. Yeah, I know, finally. Canada's just really slow when it comes to anime films, so we finally got it though. I know in terms of like the Gundam fandom, Seed is probably like the least liked, but I like Seed. Destiny, not so much. We got the Ami Ami card. I don't know if my camera's gonna focus on that. Alright, so we have Orc Knight's Dusk. This is her Ukiyo no Kaze version. Oh, I just realized I have ripped some of the box off. Wait, is it in here? I don't see the ripped off piece in the box, so I'm assuming this got ripped off before they put it in the box. And then we have 2 Nendoroids, so we got the Doctor and Frost Nova. Very cute. Yeah, I legit don't see the ripped off piece. Next up, guess we'll take a look at this. Oh, I kind of ruined the card because it got stuck on the tape. But happy birthday. I think this was for Amiko's birthday, because it's not my birthday. What figure is this? Alright, so we got the Azraelian figure of Littorio in her really nice dress. Ooh, the design on the box makes it seem very luxurious. Very nice. We got Emma from The Legend of Heroes. What is this? Oh, it's the bonus for Littorio. You get like an acrylic print. Very cool. All right, now this is funny. This is the first package that I've received in a while where it's got the opened by the Canada Border Service Agency. What's funny to me is that I thought the border agency always checks every single package that comes through anyways, but I guess they don't. Otherwise, they'd be putting the sticker on every single one. Why did they check this one and not the others? There she is. Whoa, okay, yeah. The box is exactly how I remembered it. Okay. Don't think there's anything else. Yep, so here it is. This is the 1/8 scale figure of Ultimate Madoka from Madoka Magica by GSC. The legendary figure that released back in 2012, I believe. And this is the first time it's actually ever being re-released. I'm pretty excited. This might get its own video since I actually didn't do a video on its first release when I first got it. But yeah, this is the figure that started it all, man. If not for this figure, this channel probably wouldn't exist right now. Oh. Amyami X DHL. I hate DHL. Oh boy. Alright, so FGO's Skadi. The next one. When I saw the box, I thought I got another Ozuma figure. But no, it's Taiho's Phoenix Spring Song version. Very nice. Dude, she's so huge. Like from the pictures, I knew she was gonna have, you know. And then we have Summer Surtr over here by Mythos. Mythos going for the clear plastic box as usual. All right, last up. Why is the box so big? Okay, so we have Azurlane's Gear by, who's this made by again? Any Game? Oh no, AC Toys, there you go. This is a pretty big box. I don't know why, because I got the standard edition, not the deluxe. Now, I haven't actually seen like full on pictures after the release, but I'm assuming the base is pretty big. But is it big enough to justify this box size? I guess we'll see. Oh, we did get one more package in the mail. This is my AX badge. This year's badge doesn't look as good as 2019's badge. I guess the first one we'll open up here is Emma from The Legend of Heroes. Box design is pretty much similar as to all of other Kotobukiya's Trails figures. Very uniform in that sense. Oh, speaking of Trails, did you guys see the latest Kai no Kiseki trailer? That shit looks peak. I'm super excited for that. I'm debating still if I'm going to be getting the special pack or not, because like it's quite expensive, but it is Trails' 20th anniversary, so I feel like I should get it. The game comes out on the 26th of September of this year, I think, so super excited for that. But the staff, decently well detailed, very nice. The base has Celine on it, very nice. Would have been even cooler if they made her like a little model, but this is fine. And her head does come off. Now, I didn't get the Kotobukiya exclusive version. It might have came with the glasses. I legitimately don't remember. Assembly-wise, you could just throw her in like this. The staff pulls apart and you just slide one half inside her hand and then it goes back on the end. Very cool. So there you go. We have Emma from the Kiseki series. Standard Kotobukiya quality. Outfit fairly detailed. Good paint job on the hair. Facial expressions great. Great figure. Alright, so continuing on from the casters, I guess, we can start with Skadi. Also, I really like the design of this box. No window panels, you just get images of the figure all around. You get the caster icon on the top. Kind of has that like Blizzard look. Very nice. Both of them are wearing purple too. And even have purple hair. Okay. Let's take a look at the base first. Alright, are these actually pointy? Oh, this one is. 100%. These are 100% pointy. I could see someone damaging themselves with this thing if they're not careful. The base is a small circle, it's got a marble look to it, and it has a couple of purple ice crystals coming out. Very simplistic, but I think it matches the figure perfectly, so appreciate that. Her head does come off. I thought the finish on here was going to be like super glossy. It does reflect the light, but it looks pretty good when it does. Very good sculpt. All the little details on her outfit, especially on her fingertips. Like these are, I don't know what you would call those, finger guards? Who knows? We have her wand, and then of course we have the best part, her ponytail. It just goes smack dab right on top. Oh, look at that. So much better. Just goes in straight like that, I assume. A little bit of a tight fit, but It's possible. I hope this thing is strong enough to where she doesn't lean over time, but obviously time will tell. And then the staff comes apart at the end. And there you have it. Probably my favorite Skadi Skasaha figure that has come out so far. I just love the color aesthetic. I love the pose, the base. She looks fantastic. Next up we have Office Lady Dusk. That's obviously not what it's called, but she kind of has that office lady look, I'm not gonna lie. Box design for Dusk is relatively simple. You kind of just have Dusk's color aesthetic all over the box. You know, you have a couple of birds, which are probably her paintings. On the side, you get a couple of small images of her. And then in the back, obviously, you have Arknights with the Sui logo. The base, obviously, simplistic circle. The rims are painted in a very nice, shiny blue. And the base itself on the top is kind of just painted in that ancient China aesthetic. Very cool. You get her massive blade. Can you take this out? No, you cannot. We have blue tape for this piece. I don't know what this is for. And Dusk, of course. Apex did a great job on her. Obviously, since she's a dragon, she has a tail. The scales are wonderfully painted. When you shine it in the light, it's kind of got this really nice reflective look to it. Outfit itself is pretty detailed. Like, I didn't actually notice upon closer inspection, but her sleeves do have paintings on them, very in character. The skirt has this triangular pattern to it. Facial expression is pretty much perfect. Obviously, you can't see her left eye because of the bangs, but that is also painted. I got a nice keychain. Apex is like DK oldies up in this. Shout out to the people who get that reference. Okay, let me see exactly how you're supposed to put this together. Goes into her hand here, and then you slide this in between. This goes down here. And there you have it. Very simple. Sculpt work is fantastic. Apex is really showing why I think they're the top Chinese manufacturer right now. You can only hope that Furyu's Dusk looks just as good as this one. Next up, we have Surtr. Ayo, sick. We got another keychain, boys. We have instructions, of course. Also provided in English. That smell is super strong. One big plastic cover. She's kind of over top the base already. Holy, this is a lot bigger than I thought it was gonna be. I don't know why, but there was a piece of foam wrapped in plastic at the bottom of the base. I don't know what the protective significance of that is. Like, why did the foam have to be in plastic? I don't know. You got some water with a little bit of puddle effects going on there. A plant with some nice flowers. You got the hammock, the tree branches. I never noticed this, but you do got her giant sword that is wrapped up in a bow. It's got some flowers on there, some shell trinkets. Very nice. Compared to their first Surtr figure, I do think the hair color on here matches her a lot better. It's still very nicely saturated in red, but it doesn't look as ugly. Very simple assembly process. You kind of just have to finagle her over the hammock, put the long side of her dress over, and then it has one peg that goes into the water, and then you're good to go. Now, having a good look at her in person, I am pretty glad that I did end up picking up this figure because I was debating on skipping it. I wanted to get GSC's Surtr over this one just to save some money. Mythos did a pretty fantastic job on her. Paint job is good, sculpt is good, especially on her feet. Immaculate. Feet lovers are gonna absolutely love this figure. I'm not a feet guy, disclaimer, but her toes do look pretty good. We got the Nendoroids now, so we have Frost Nova and the Doctor. I hope Frost Nova gets a scale figure, please. If I can't have her in game, I'd love to have her in figure form at least. Oh my god, every time I look at her now, I just think of the Arknights 2024 PV. That PV was an absolute cinematic masterpiece. The whole thing kind of just goes over Mia's journey throughout the Arknight story so far. Filled me up with emotions, man. That's funny. They have a little ad for the Nendoroid easel stands. I actually bought a crap ton of these when they first went up on sale, so pretty nice. I would recommend those for anybody who collects Nendoroids. First, we have two face plates, one attacking face, and then one just simplistic smile. We have a handpiece with, of course, the rare candy from Pokemon. We have a black ice shard, and then we have another arm piece with a couple of weapons. Of course, like your typical Nendoroid, you do have the base, has an extra neck piece, and I think it also has some snowflakes on it. Oh, you got a lot of stuff here. You have a couple of like special effects like the music note, the exclamation marks, a surprised one. You also got some sanity ones too. A few arm pieces, extra hand pieces. You got one with some LMD, Originium. You get a teapot, a surprised special effect maybe. You get the Originium slug. everyone's favorite mob. And then of course you get the recruitment bag, which has a 5-star or a 6-star coming out of it. Although I'm pretty sure most people are very familiar with the color blue or white coming out of this thing instead. Definitely one of the coolest Nendoroids. I just dig the hoodie with the helmet. Okay, that is pretty much it. I'll be opening up a Gear and the other Azurlane figures in their own video, and Monica is probably gonna get her own video as well, just cause, you know. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.